You know, there are some games that we all loved. Games that completely blew us away, but still, somehow, didn't win Game of the Year. Crazy, right? These games went above and beyond what anyone expected and gave us unforgettable experiences, whether it was through open-world adventures, horror vibes, intense action, or deep exploration. They were absolutely worth every minute, and they never failed to keep us hooked. But at the end of the day, only one game can win the title. And sometimes, even legends like Red Dead Redemption 2 missed out. So let's not waste any more time. Here are the amazing games that may not have won Game of the Year, but totally deserved it. First of all, we have Red Dead Redemption 2 is a game where we play as Arthur Morgan, a gunslinger, fighter, and loyal friend who rides with his gang. The most prominent members include Dutch, John, and the traitor Micah. Arthur robs banks, trains, and many other places. He is the most badass gunslinger in the game. As the story progresses, the gang faces many problems and tensions, but Arthur stays loyal and keeps helping his fellows. Later, he is betrayed by Micah and his most trusted companion, Dutch. What players love about the game is its story, mechanics, and environment. People really enjoyed the game and loved it, but it surprisingly missed out on Game of the Year. What people love most is the emotional weight behind it all. Arthur's journey isn't just about guns and horses, it's about loyalty, redemption, and questioning the life he's lived. It's cinematic, raw, and hits you harder the deeper you go. Red Dead Redemption 2 achieved the Metacritic score of 97. Next one is Alan Wake 2 tells the story of Alan, a writer trapped in a twisted, nightmarish dimension, and Saga Anderson, an FBI agent investigating a series of bizarre murders in the mysterious town of Bright Falls. Alan tries to escape by rewriting reality through his words, while Saga uncovers dark secrets tied to supernatural forces. The game blends psychological horror, intense storytelling, and haunting visuals to create a truly gripping experience. As the story progresses, both characters face terrifying enemies, shifting realities, and personal demons, but they keep fighting to uncover the truth and survive. Alan's desperate struggle and Saga's determination make them both unforgettable. What players love most about the game is its creepy atmosphere, deep narrative, and unique gameplay style. It was praised by fans and critics alike, but despite all the love, it missed out on winning Game of the Year. It receives Metacritic score of 89, making it perfect. Following the list next is Black Myth: Wukong follows the journey of the Destined One, inspired by the legendary Monkey King as he battles mythical beasts and powerful gods in a beautifully crafted world based on Chinese mythology. The character is fast, fierce, and armed with a magical staff, capable of transforming and using mystical powers in combat. The game features intense boss fights, stunning visuals, and deep lore that pulls players into its dark, mysterious world. As the story unfolds, the hero faces overwhelming odds and uncovers ancient secrets tied to his destiny. Players are drawn to the fluid combat, rich atmosphere, and cinematic storytelling. While it became one of the most talked-about releases and earned critical acclaim, it surprisingly missed out on winning Game of the Year, though many believe it deserved the honor for its creativity and ambition. A Plague Tale: Requiem puts you back in control of Amicia, a brave young girl doing everything she can to protect her little brother Hugo in a world that keeps falling apart around them. Right from the start, the bond between them feels real and fragile as they search for safety in a land still haunted by war, disease, and something far darker inside Hugo. What makes this game so loved is its emotional depth and beautiful storytelling. The stealth gameplay feels tense and personal, and every scene is filled with weight, heart, and the quiet strength of a sister who won't give up. A Plague Tale: Requiem was nominated for Game of the Year and earned praise for its emotional storytelling, strong performances, and atmospheric world. However, it ultimately lost the award to more technically ambitious titles that many players felt its heartfelt narrative and unique setting made it worthy of the win. It receives a Metacritic score of 82. In Final Fantasy VII Remake, you take control of Cloud Strife, a brooding ex-soldier turned mercenary, as he joins a group of eco-freedom fighters called Avalanche. Set in the industrial city of Midgar, the game quickly pulls you into a conflict between rebellion and a powerful mega-corporation draining the planet's life force. What makes this remake so beloved is how it reimagines a legendary classic with stunning visuals, deeper character moments, and a more cinematic story. The bond between characters and the emotional weight behind their journey turn every mission into something you genuinely care about as the world slowly unravels. Final Fantasy VII Remake was nominated for Game of the Year and received praise for its stunning visuals, reimagined combat system, and emotional storytelling. However, it ultimately lost the award to titles that delivered a more complete experience, as some critics felt the remake covered only a portion of the original game's full story. It receives a Metacritic score of 87. Ghost of Tsushima begins with a brutal Mongol invasion, where you play as Jin Sakai, a samurai left for dead as his island burns around him. The intro throws you into a hopeless battle, where honor clashes with survival, and Jin is forced to question everything he was taught. What makes the game so loved is how it blends quiet beauty with intense action. Fields of flowers and bamboo forests are just as unforgettable as the sword duels. Jin's journey from noble warrior to the feared ghost is emotional, haunting, and full of tough choices that reshape not just him, but all of Tsushima. Ghost of Tsushima was nominated for Game of the Year and praised for its breathtaking world, emotional story, and fluid combat. However, it ultimately lost the award to games that were seen as more innovative or groundbreaking, though many fans still believe it deserved the win for its artistic beauty and immersive experience. Ghost of Tsushima receives a Metacritic score of 84. Metal Gear Solid 5: The Phantom Pain drops you into the role of Big Boss, also known as Venom Snake, waking up from a coma with the world changed and everything he built left in ruins. From the very start, you're thrown into chaos, trying to escape a burning hospital while hunted by strange, supernatural forces. What makes this game so loved is the freedom it gives you, sneaking through open-ended missions, building your own private army, and shaping how you approach every situation. Big Boss isn't just a soldier. He's a legend built through your choices, and every move feels sharp, stylish, and deeply personal. Metal Gear Solid 5: The Phantom Pain was nominated for Game of the Year and praised for its open-world design, stealth mechanics, and player freedom. However, it ultimately lost the award to titles that offered a more complete narrative and emotional impact, as MGS5 was criticized for its unfinished story and missing content. It receives a Metacritic score of 93, making it masterpiece. Resident Evil 4 Remake drops you straight into tension as Leon S. Kennedy, now a hardened government agent, sent deep into a creepy European village to rescue the president's daughter. You're surrounded by villagers with axes and pitchforks. What fans love is how it blends horror and action so smoothly. The remake keeps the spirit of the original but adds tighter controls, smarter enemies, and a new mechanics every time encounter feels like a fight to survive. Resident Evil 4 Remake was nominated for Game of the Year and received widespread acclaim for its intense gameplay, upgraded visuals, and a faithful yet modern reimagining of the original classic. The remake keeps the spirit of the original but adds tighter controls, smarter enemies, and a new mechanics every time encounter feels like a fight to survive. However, it ultimately lost the award to other standout titles that delivered greater innovation or deeper storytelling experiences. It received Metacritic score of 93. Hades follows Zagreus, the rebellious son of Hades, as he attempts to escape the underworld and reach Mount Olympus, fighting through waves of enemies with help from powerful gods like Zeus, Athena, and Poseidon. The game blends fast-paced combat with rich storytelling, growing deeper with each run as Zagreus uncovers more about his family and the world below. With its unique art style, addictive gameplay, and meaningful character interactions, Hades quickly became a fan favorite. It was nominated for Game of the Year and praised for its innovation and replayability, but ultimately lost to larger titles. Still, Many believe it redefined what indie games are capable of. It receives a Metacritic score of 93, which is stunning and amazing for such genre of game. Uncharted 4 throws you back into the boots of Nathan Drake, now retired but pulled back into the adventure game for one last wild ride. It kicks off with a reunion, a mystery, and a brother long thought dead, setting the stage for a globe-trotting treasure hunt full of danger and heart. From climbing ancient ruins in Madagascar to speeding through a chaotic chase on motorbikes, every scene feels like a blockbuster movie. It's packed with charm, witty banter, emotional moments, and some of the best action set pieces gaming has ever seen. If you love stories that mix adrenaline with heart, this one delivers big time. Uncharted 4 delivered an emotional story, stunning visuals, and some of the best action-adventure gameplay of its time, earning praise from both fans and critics. It was a strong contender for Game of the Year, but despite its excellence, it ultimately lost out to other major titles released that year. Many still consider it a masterpiece that deserved the top honor. It receives a Metacritic score of 93,